Dar-1 is in service.
2 million square feet. That's how big that place is.
Authorities say 2 people were on the tracks of this railroad bridge around 11 this morning when they were struck by an oncoming Amtrak train.
2 kids decided to walk across this river here. I don't know how far they were before a train turned the corner and started coming at them. One jumped off the bridge, he died. And another kid laid down on the tracks, I guess, trying to get under the train.
The second victim, found on the tracks, was taken by medical helicopter to Dartmouth-Hitchcock, where that person remains in critical condition.
The day that you arrive for work could be the most traumatic of your career to date. You don't know what waits for you out there. So you have to stay prepared for that, and mentally and physically as well. But not get so bogged down that you're not driving forward towards getting the patient in the back of the helicopter and where they need to go. Ultimately, that's what they need.
My hours are 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. Occasionally I work night shifts, so that'll be the reverse from 7 p.m. until 7 o'clock in the morning. My wife is a intensive care unit nurse at the hospital. She goes into work the same hours as me, but we never work on the same day. My daughter loves Dart. She's got a good ear for the helicopter. If the helicopter's flying over our house, you know, we're in the garden, she hears it long before I do, and she loves to see the aircraft fly overhead. Geographically, it's quite challenging to get around the northeast. It's a very rural area, and there are a lot of small hospitals that meet their limitations and want to get the patient to a higher level of care, and that's really where we come in. So we're going to be doing a simulation over in the sim lab. It's part of my annual training in taking care of a trauma patient. So I don't know what to expect, but they'll probably put me through the ringer a bit. Okay, sir, my name's Andy, and from the Dart helicopter, we're going to be taking you to Dartmouth. We're going to just get busy here for a few minutes and get you ready to go, okay? You can have all these amazing mannequins that breathe and, you know, you can put needles in and stuff, but that doesn't replicate the chaos of a scene that we walk into. Because one of the things is you have to suspend your belief, because you're sort of like going into a room and there's my mate John working on a patient, and I'm supposed to believe that he's just some person, and doing those scenarios where actually it feels and looks and smells and sounds a bit more like the stuff that we actually do.
Dart-1, modified scene, meet EMS at Cheshire Medical Center.
We've got narcotics on board there in my pocket. Blood is on board, yes?
I think when you sort of imagine a couple of paramedics or a couple of paramedics and a flight nurse in a helicopter, people, their mind is thinking, well, it's an air ambulance, and they go out to help people that have got hit by cars or had an accident. And that is part of what we do, obviously, and we do a lot of that. But on that particular day, we took care of 3 back-to-back patients. They're all very, very different. And starting off the day with a very, very sick cardiac patient who has all kinds of potential to become unstable at any moment. Going from that patient to a very, very badly injured trauma patient who fell from a roof and had all kinds of injuries, and particularly terrible head injury. We went from that patient to then taking care of a 1-year-old child because he was having multiple seizures. The helicopter is there for a reason, isn't it? And so it brings that help. They're where they need to be, even though it's probably the worst day of their life. That this time that they're with us is the best time of that worst day. It's impossible to imagine, to put yourself in the shoes of, you know, a family member that's seeing their loved one flying away in a helicopter, and the emotional turmoil that they must be going through at that moment. So I think it's important to be able to connect with that in some way and not lose touch with that. We are here.